I remember back in, I think it's like August of 2023, right? I was just having a thought here. I was like thinking to myself, right, how I didn't want to be in a marriage, but I wanted a relationship. And I didn't know if I wanted common law or what. I was like, maybe I'll warm up to marriage, you know. But I remember that, I was just thinking how God was watching me for the last 7, 8 years, or really the last maybe 9 years. Probably, no, let me take that back. How God has been watching me all my life, right? Desiring love in my heart, but never getting it. And how he was just watching me, trying to find someone that I mate with, find someone that will love me, looking for someone that will, make me a believer that love exists, right? Couldn't find anybody, right? And so I just dated whatever, and I was just so picky, as in, like, I don't want to move with you. Like, I had a few, where, I was thinking about it, but I didn't go through with it. Had a few boyfriends here and there, and it still didn't work out. And how God was just watching me, right? Watching me cry, watching me suffer, watching me looking for love, wanting love, hoping for it, hoping, but giving up on it and just settling, looking for settlement. And I bet last year God was just like, Rebecca. And I'm just like, what? Stop. I'm like, stop what? He's like, this man is not the one. This man is not ready to be a husband. And I was like, he's not? He's like, no, he's not. And I was just like, are you ready to be married? He's like, no, like maybe in the future. I was like, so how about this? You plan on marrying me. How about we be roommates, whatever. We help each other out and we get together and then, we get married, whatever, and see how it goes. He said no. I was like, no? You're going to say no to me? Do you know who I am? I said, do you know who I am? You just say no to me. He's like, I mean, in the future. I said, well, since you're not ready, I'm going to go ahead and get my stuff and go. Because the Lord said you weren't ready. I just had to double confirm that. Anyways, while I was talking to this man, the Lord said, your husband's on the way. And I'm like, husband? Who's my husband? He says my husband's name. I'm like, nah, not this again. I'm like, oh, Lord. And I just kept it to myself. Okay, the Lord urged me to go to church. And I got the same message that God was confirming to me was confirmed again. 3 days later, the man that God said was my husband magically appeared. Anyways, we got separated because it was just not the perfect timing for both of us. And honestly, I wasn't ready. But when God said he had a husband for me, I was kind of like in unbelief because I really didn't believe in soulmates, or I didn't believe any of it anymore because I was like, I've been hurt so many times. I've never been in love. So I really just gave up on love. I felt like love didn't exist. Like, at this point, you just should be glad if you mate with someone, and you should just be glad that if you're a right fit, and that love was probably going to be hard to find, you know? And so I was just like, whatever. But when God said he had a husband for me, and then he said, I have a kingdom marriage for you, I was like, what is a kingdom marriage? I was like, what is that? And the Lord was just like breaking it down. And then all suddenly, all these kingdom marriages out of nowhere on YouTube magically appeared, right? But it was just like, I was in disbelief, right? And then when people were talking and sharing their experience, I was like, oh my God, no way. Been through the same similar thing. But I'm like such an honest person, and you know, I went through a lot of trial and error this past year. I made so many mistakes when it came to my kingdom spouse. He fumbled me several times. He's been fumbling me, but you know, I think I was just too much. I just think that I wasn't ready for him. And even now, I just feel like after our last encounter, I don't know if I'm still ready for him. I'm just going to be honest. It's just because God's going to have to help me with that, because honestly, I am just like, I don't know. I just feel like God's going to have to help me with that, because like, I desire to be married. Don't get me wrong. I desire to be married, but not him. I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I am going to be honest. I mean, not him though. And not because it just feels like so much damage has been done between us that I'm like, man, whew, this is going to be hard for me at this time. Like, super hard for me to become a believer at this point. Lord forgive me, but I'm just going to keep it real. I just wish God can help me, because honestly, I've been going through so much by myself with my kids. I've been doing everything I can to keep it together for my children, and the fact of going so long without a husband has been really stressful. And at this point, it's just like, I've been waiting for so long that it's just feel like forever at this point. So I'm just kind of like, don't know how to feel right now. Like, you know, I can hope for everybody else, but I don't have hope by myself right now. I don't have hope for my reconciliation with my spouse. I don't have any hope for him, because I just don't. It's just because when a man wants someone, he ain't gonna come running, and he ain't came ran, and when he comes, it's not, it don't be right. And then I be getting messed up in that mess because I just, whatever, so want to be married to him. And when the pot, you know, thicken the pot, you know, it's, I think he's already done cooking. He ain't even done cooking, and I'm just so tired of all the games at this point. I'm just tired. I don't know if I'm going to release this video. I'm just venting. I'm trying to not discourage anybody. I feel like putting it on my personal page, but I don't know if I have family on my page right now. So I might just save this video for another time and just figure it out later, because I'm not trying to sound discouraging. I'm just fed up with the kingdom spouse messages and the kingdom spouse words, and I'm tired of waiting on him. And it's not that I have been like, oh, you know, it's just the fact that I know that he's my husband, and he knows that I'm his wife, and he still hasn't came back. It just makes me not want him even more. It's like, I don't know what men think of. Like, you want to stay where you're at. I can't get what I need because I have to wait on you. I just feel like this is a lot, because I'm like, I can't even get where I need to be at. I gotta stay where I'm at to get what I need by myself. And I'm just like, if I gotta do everything by myself, I don't know what's the point of having a husband at this point. Because it's just, for real, like, it's exhausting. And so, I am just venting because I'm tired. I want to date and have fun. When I was single, I was dating. I was going on dates. People actually pay for those things. And I paid for some of those dates or whatever, but it was nice not having to be tied down, and then when you go to not being tied down to not dating, and then you just feel like you just gotta stay focused. You got more on your plate. It just makes it so hard to want to not date, because dating is also an escape of your reality, But then it's just like people don't even know what dating is anymore, or courting. People want to date you but don't want to pay for nothing. Or people want to date you and they want some. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to stay at the house because it's a lot safer there. Anyway, okay. It is, what time is it? It's, I don't know. It's like around 12 or something like that. But, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to release this video or not, but I'm just keeping it real. Like, I wanted him back months ago. Like, I really wanted him back. But after I realized that I was psyched again, and he was worse than what I thought he was. And then I was just kind of, I don't know. I was just like, whoa. So this is what it means when they're not fully cooked. When the pot ain't right, I'm like, dang, this is horrible. Like, I'm like, man, I wish I had even responded to you. Like, if I knew it was going to be that bad, I would have never said nothing. Like, dang, I would have just left him in the woodwork, for real. I'm just saying, it was horrible. And I think from that, it just made it to where I just didn't like him anymore. And I'm like, I don't even like you. I don't even like you at all. I don't. Like, I literally don't like him. I love him, but I don't like him. I don't know if I'm going to release this. I'm just venting. Y'all have a good night. Bye.